we have this grit formula. How many of you, this is our formula, right? GRIT. How many of you already know what it stands for? Now, so to further expound on this, yes, we need to develop a growth mindset. We also need to build resilience, right? What does resilient means? It means building resilience to all kinds of stress. Now, I'm using a general word here called stress to represent all kinds of challenges that we have to go through. And I stands for insights. And the fourth point is about working on transformation regularly, right? I'm going to share this video with you. So here we go.
One characteristic emerged as a significant predictor of success. And it wasn't social intelligence, it wasn't good looks, physical health, and it wasn't IQ. It was grit. Grit is passion and perseverance for very long-term goals. Grit is having stamina. Grit is sticking with your future, day in, day out, not just for the week, not just for the month, but for years, and working really hard to make that future a reality. Grit is living life like it's a marathon, not a sprint. To me, the most shocking thing about grit is how little we know, how little science knows about building it. Every day, parents and teachers ask me, how do I build grit in kids? What do I do to teach kids a solid work ethic? How do I keep them motivated for the long run? The honest answer is, I don't know. What I do know is that talent doesn't make you gritty. Our data show very clearly that there are many talented individuals who simply do not follow through on their commitments. In fact, in our data, grit is usually unrelated or even inversely related to measures of talent. So far, the best idea I've heard about building grit in kids is something called growth mindset. This is an idea developed at Stanford University by Carol Dweck, and it is the belief that the ability to learn is not fixed, that it can change with your effort. Dr. Dweck has shown that when kids read and learn about the brain and how it changes and grows in response to challenge, they're much more likely to persevere when they fail because they don't believe that failure is a permanent condition. So growth mindset is a great idea for building grit, but we need more. Thank you.
So, but let's do some inverse thinking, right? Just to confirm what grit is not about, because she did mention that from her research, it shows very clearly that there are many talented individuals who simply do not follow through on their commitments. Okay, so in fact, in her data, grit is usually unrelated, either unrelated or even inversely related. So it doesn't mean that if you are clever, you're smart, you have high IQ, you're gonna have grit. So it is not about talent. So as many of you noted down, this is all the main points that she said. Grit is, first of all, a significant predictor of success. It's about passion and perseverance for very long-term goals. And I like the fourth point, right? Sticking with your future day in, day out, not just for the week, not just for the month, but for years, and working really hard to make that future a reality. So I hope you have worked out not only your financial plan, but your trading plan, your portfolio plan, to know that with your current situation, with the amount of capital that you have, with the strategy of your choice, with the time that you have, what will be a SMART goal, a specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time-based goal that you can set for yourself financially. And you will realize that I think for most of you, it will take years, not even 5 years. I believe some 10 years, 20 years. In general, most people who wants to achieve their financial goal eventually has to take 10 years, 20 years at least, right? So, which means to say this is very relevant, isn't it? Sticking with your future day in, day out, right? For years and working hard to make that future a reality. I hope that when you come to Beyond Insights, we have made it loud and clear to you that although we can simplify trading process for you, for you to achieve the success, you still need to put in the effort consistently, right? And the effort will be worth it. Of course, it depends on how big your dream is, how big your goal are, but it will be worth it. So I think last point there, which is very important as well, life is like a marathon. It is not a sprint. So This is why Kathleen has this quote that we always repeat, right? To get all of us here are on a journey of life, journey to wealth. But when we do trading, there's a parallel here, because trading is a journey of, who can fill in that blank? Trading is a journey of character building, right? And this is why we are here for, right? We are not only here to help you be wealthy, but we hope that our journey of character building, by going through our own financial journey, by going through our own journey of building beyond insights, will also be a reflection for you, be an inspiration for you as well. Okay, so now since trading a journey that is also full of pothole, many of you has agreed that you are going through a lot of some form of anxiety, some form of worry, some form of frustration in this journey, which are like potholes on the road, right? Which is something KL is famous for. Not only we have pothole now, we also have sinkhole. So how do you make sure that you can overcome the potholes on the way to in this journey to your success, right? So then obviously the answer we're getting to is you need grit. Well, Angela Duckworth did say that, well, nobody has figured out everything about grit, but we here in Beyond Insights believe that we have figured out majority of it, especially in the context of investing and trading. Okay, so G stands for growth mindset. Now, what is growth mindset? If you're in the corporate world, this word might have become a cliche. However, if you look at the original research, it is very much not so. It has very, very specific information about what it means. So I thought I'd share that with you so that we are all clear. But let's first start with what it does not mean. Some people say that, oh, I'm flexible, I'm very open on, you always open to gain new knowledge, you share with me. I'm always very open to listen, and I'm always flexible to test out new things, try new things, and I have a very positive outlook towards life. So is that not growth mindset? No, not according to the person who coined it, right? So as Angela Duckworth said, this is based on a Stanford research by this person, Dr. Carol Dweck. She said that, well, these are all false growth mindset. She's not saying it's a bad thing, right? It's a good thing to have, being flexible, open-minded, having positive outlook. Those are all good things that we should have in our life, but that doesn't define growth mindset. So let's talk about what it is. And by the way, if you want to know more, go and read this book. It's called The New Psychology of Success, right? Now, okay, before I review that. So this is the most accurate summary I can find about the difference between a fixed and growth mindset. Because to understand growth mindset, you also need to know what is a fixed mindset. I'm sorry, it's a bit small, but because I want the summary to be accurate, I was looking for a lot of these images, and quite a fair bit of them are a bit condescending, so to speak, right? When it defines growth versus fixed mindset. But this is the most accurate one according to the author and the book. So now, let's contrast between fixed and growth mindset, right? So for the fixed mindset, people believe that skill, intelligence, and talents are natural. It means you're either born with it or you're not. Like you may think that, well, actually, let's say, for example, certain skills like from dancing, I still don't think that I have any natural talent in dancing. Okay, so that's what I think, right? So people with fixed mindset thinks that failure is shameful and should be avoided. Some people are naturally good at things while others are not. And you are actually not in control of your ability. So it is the mindset that you either have it or you don't. If you don't have it, then tough luck, right? Go do something else that you can. And so let me not go through the rest. Perhaps we will post up the reference in the Facebook post later so that you can read more about it. But people with growth mindset believe that you have the capacity to learn and grow your skills, any skills. And failure is a valuable lesson, right? Which means all failures are good if you can learn from it. And people who are good at something are good because they build that ability, not because they are born at it. And you are in control of your abilities, right? So that's define growth mindset. Now, of course, arguably, some people are just born with talent. Especially you look at a lot of talented musicians out there, like Yo-Yo Ma, the guy that plays cello. I think those are talent, right? They are born with it because from very, very young, they somehow could just do it really naturally without much so-called hard work or practice, right? Of course, they actually do put into a lot of practice to become a master, but natural talent does play a role, but it is not everything, right? People with growth mindset believe that as long as I find the way to build the capability, I can do it, right? No matter what skill it is. So that's an important part of the process. These people are typically focused on the process of getting better and always considering different opportunities. They are more likely to embrace challenges and persevere moving forward. They also seek to improve. They see mistakes as learning opportunities and ways to improve. Whereas the people with fixed mindset get discouraged when making mistakes and avoid them. Now, there's an important thing that we have to know, which is, according to the author, and the researcher as well, everyone is actually a mixture of fixed and growth mindset. Nobody is 100% growth mindset. And we have to continually evolve. Our mindset, our growth mindset can continually evolve with experience, which means to say, as you trade more in the market, right, your growth mindset can actually evolve. So a pure growth mindset doesn't exist, which is something that we have to acknowledge to attain the benefit of growth mindset that we seek. In conclusion, growth mindset is something that we all need to develop. It's not about just studying hard. It is a mindset itself. Okay. So that defines growth mindset. Now, how do you know you have it? This is a summary of it. Individuals who believe that their talents in trading and investing can be developed through hard work, good strategies, and input from others. So do you have all three or not? I hope you have good strategies from your insights already. I hope you also seek input from others, whether it's from coaches through the Facebook group or your peer group if you have it, and also through hard work. It is hard because you have to persevere. You have to keep at it for many, many years until you succeed. Now, I want to bring in Kathleen's example, right, about grit. I think many of you have heard her share her earlier part of the journey where she made that decision to make trading successful, right? So after she made that decision, she was doing it diligently and intensively for 3 years. And how many trading days did she miss in that 3 years? 5 days only, okay? Out of 3 years, she missed 5 days. How is that for grit? All right, so that's why people like that tend to achieve more than those with a more fixed mindset. This is because they worry less about looking smart and put more energy into learning. Kathleen was just focusing on learning the market. Now, so what do we need to learn actually? There are 3 aspects. If you have realized it already on how Beyond Insight structure our program. First, you learn the methodologies, right? What are methodologies? Growth investing, swing and trend trading, intraday trading, options, those are methodologies. Okay, so the good methodologies give you the ability to achieve consistent results, reduce effort, and also respond to various market conditions, right? Options will allow you to do that because you can use that to manage risk better. So the competency in methodology is important. Then there is also the market, right? That we need to develop a growth mindset towards as well to understand it, right? Sometimes when you read through articles, you watch YouTube on the internet, you will find traders who say that, I don't care about all this. I just look at the chart and I can become successful. Of course, not saying that it is not possible, just saying that, these are the type of people that potentially has a fixed mindset, right? Their mindset is that, I just got to find that secret strategy that works for me and then stick to it. So what could be the potential challenge or issue with this kind of strategy and this kind of trader, right? So think about that. Now, the reality is that, as Kathleen always say, right, 40% of the time, stock prices are moved by overall market sentiment and then 30% by industry or sector trends. So by the willingness and openness to learn all this, you can actually do better, right? Wouldn't that be logical and justifiable? Then the next thing is the mindset, right? 90% of the success factors in any human endeavor, whether it's trading, whether it's business, lies in this area. Nishan was sharing with me earlier that she found these statistics that 75% of intraday traders give up in 2 years' time. And if you look at it, if you look at the business context, right, the statistics is very similar, right? Within 2 years period, majority, more than 50% of the business will close down and only the minority survive beyond 2 years. So what does that tell us? It tells us that there are many obstacles to success. And if we don't push through them, if we don't find ways to overcome them, then we will not be able to proceed. We will stay stagnant. But if we keep moving, if we jump over the hurdles like what these guys are doing, then we will have momentum to push forward.